Welcome back to the channel, guys. This is VIN 1995, and you guys like these one owner, no accident, Southern California low mile cars. Here is one, but they get expensive. So this is a 2016 083 ultra white with gold flake with LA30 red interior. It's for sale on OfferUp in Southern California with 28,500 miles for $65,500 as it sits, or $68,000 as it sits plus all the factory parts. And it's been a California car its whole life. It is a one owner car. Production statistics. So this car, VIN 2000 is where the 2017 start. So this is 1995. And of course, there's other markets where these cars were still produced and the VIN order kept counting, but this is the third to last US 49 car for 2016. So 648 out of the 2,348 cars were ultra white. Of those, 361 had LA30 red interior. It is the most common color combination on these cars, white with red. 15.37% of all of the US 49 production was this color combo. So very common, and it's like a 1 out of 10 for rarity as far as the combinations go. For 2016, 372 out of the 1,418 cars were ultra white, and of those, 214 had LA30 red interior. So this car at its rarest is one of 214. As far as options go, this is a pretty low option car too. The only option it has is Mark Levinson audio. It has no other options. No glass brake sensors, no lighted door sills, no trunk mat, no all-weather floor mats, no puddle lights, no orange calipers, nothing. It's just Mark Levinson audio. That's the only option this car had. Carfax, Epic VIN, and Auto Check. So Carfax shows this as a two-owner, no-accident car for 2026. My 2024 Carfax also shows this as a two-owner, no-accident car. Epic VIN shows this as a two-owner, no-accident car, sort of the same thing. And the only one that got it right was Auto Check, showing this as a one-owner, no-accident, clean title, Southern California car. And so I think what triggered that is it was originally a lease, and the owner bought the lease out. So then it went from the leasing company to the owner, but that shows it as two owners, but it is still one owner car. Previous sales. So this car first went on sale in August of 2016, $86,795. That's one of the lower MSRPs I've seen because it's only a one option car in Carlsbad, California, and it sold in about a month. It looks like, as I said, it was a lease, and then the owner bought the lease out and owned it. So now here it is, the end of May 2026. For sale on OfferUp in Southern California, 28,500 miles for $65,500 as it sits, or $68,000 with all of the factory parts also included. So now into the photos. So there's only 2 photos provided in the listing. So obviously inquire from the seller and get lots more photos, or go check it out in person. In the ad, they state that they are the original owner, so that jives. It's always been garage. It has paint protection film on the front. It had Ceramic Pro coating installed on it when it was brand new as a lifetime coating. BBS wheels, RSR lowering springs. It has an intake elbow, Tanabe medallion exhaust, ARP extended wheel studs, and EBC yellow stuff brake pads. The yellow stuff pads are not quite full-on race pads, but they're kind of an aggressive street pad. That's the way I would describe those. This car looks very clean just from that photo, one from the exterior, one from the interior. I kind of suspect it's either been tracked or it's set up this way for canyon carving, because there's a lot of guys that do that, just kind of have aggressive driving in the canyons. With the extended wheel studs, the EBC yellow stuff pads, it's lowered, just it kind of has that feeling. It has the tow sticker on the front. That's typically required when you go to a track because you have to have your tow points on the front and rear easily accessible for the track safety team. And so that's kind of why I think it's been tracked. So as far as the price goes, at $65,000 with this mileage, it's not too far off, but I would also include the factory parts at that price. Realistically, probably low to mid 60s is where I would see this with this mileage. And so it's not that far off in this market, but I would call it just slightly overpriced, but you'd have to include the stock parts with that for that price. So now to the service history. This car is extremely well dealer serviced. The first entry of note is February of 2017, 3,000 miles, rodent damage, and they ended up replacing the main wiring harness under insurance. That's what it reads on the service history. It kind of cut off some of it. April of 2018, the JLB recall was done. So that's the high pressure fuel pumps. April of 2022, the low pressure fuel pump was reprogrammed. That's the humming or buzzing you hear in the back seat. January of 2025, 27,000 miles. They recommended doing, based on time, the TVD service, the transmission service, the coolant, all of that, basically fluids, and they declined it. May of 2026, which is the last service, 28,500 miles, just an oil change. So what's not done? The ZLZ, so that is the sticky dash. The in-service date on this car was September 5th of 2016, so you have until September 5th of 2026 to get it replaced if that's the case. Sounds like this car had a pretty easy life, sitting in a garage under a cover a lot of the time, so it probably hasn't had a lot of exposure to the UV, so the dash is probably not sticky, and it's probably not going to get sticky before the end of the coverage. HVAC servo sweep. Some of these cars are affected tremendously. Some seem to not be affected at all, but if you're going to go dry this car, make sure it's fully warmed up. One side to max hot, one side to max cold, cycle through everything, flip sides, make sure it all responds. If it doesn't, there is a reprogramming for it. If that doesn't fix it, then some of the servos need to be replaced and the dash has to come out to replace a couple of those. The KLG has not been done on this car. That is the GPS location reporting incorrectly. There is a fix for it. It's no longer free. The carbon fiber trim on this car, it's all original unless any of it's been replaced out of pocket by the owner. In the ad, the owner states that the tires have 90% life left, so doesn't need tires. The brakes have definitely been replaced because he talks about it having EBC yellow stuff pads. Nothing about the rotors, so if the rotors are original and it's got aggressive pads, probably going to end up needing rotors anytime now. So the valley plate hasn't been done of record, and so that's heat cycles and time, so that would be something to look into. Make sure it's not leaking if you do a pre-purchase inspection. Front lower control arm bushings, with this car being lowered, you're gonna, unless it has adjustable links, then it's gonna be going through a lot of tires. And so the adjustable links will correct the camber. So like as you lower the car, the wheels start to do this and it wears on the insides of the front tires and the rear tires. And the adjustable links will correct that. So you can still have the car lowered, but the tires don't wear excessively. And so this car, if it doesn't have that, you're gonna be going through tires pretty frequently unless you put the stock springs back on it. But front lower control arm bushings, usually on a lot of lowered cars, that's one of the modifications that you do along with it. So you upgrade the front lower control arm bushings. So that would be something to look at on this car or ask about. And then of course, the dealer recommended, based on time, and as I would too, doing all the fluids, the brake fluid, TVD service, transmission service, coolant. I would just do that based on age. And so this car's coming up on being 10 years old, so all the fluids in it are 10 years old. So that brings me to, would I buy this car? I would probably try to get this in the low 60s with the factory parts. That would be where I would be for price-wise looking at this car. At the end of the day, it is a one owner, clean title, no accidents, no stories, Southern California car, which is exactly what you want. It's what a lot of people are looking for, and it doesn't even have 30,000 miles on it. It is a common color combo, so it's white with red, but a lot of people like the red interior as well. And so I think that if I could get this in the low 60s, with the factory parts, that's where I would have to be. Now the recent market uptick, in the last 60 to 90 days, these cars are very hot, they're very sought after, and the auction prices speak for themselves. Some of these cars have been selling in the upper 60s for exceptionally clean, low mile examples, like half the mileage of this. And so I don't think it's too far off, and I think there will be a buyer for it at this price, but as long as it includes the stock parts, because the stock wheels, the factory wheels, they are valuable on these cars. And you can see when people put up just the wheels for sale on these cars, they sell between $3,000 and $4,000 for a set with junk tires on them. So that's because they're very light wheels, they're forged BBS wheels from the factory, and they're very desirable. So that does add a lot of value as far as people that are looking for these cars. So that's what I've got for you guys. Inquire a little further with the seller about this. If you're new to OfferUp, you have to set your location to Southern California somewhere so this car will pop up. I'm in East Texas. It doesn't show up on mine, so I have to change my location and then it shows up. So just food for thought. Vin 1995. Thanks again for watching. We'll see you soon.